Hi friends, happy Wednesday. It's May 20th. Nice to be back. Sorry I missed our morning meeting yesterday. Had a little bit of excitement here. My mom fell and got pretty hurt and broke a rib, and so because my dad is blind, as you know, he couldn't drive her anywhere and help her. So my brother and I had to help her and get her to urgent care and get her medicine and get her home and just try to help her out. So very sad for my mom, but she's tough. She'll be okay. Everybody in my family is pretty tough. So, except for me, I've always been the really sensitive one. I'm tough about some things, but I'm kind of a wimp about some other things. And that made me think of a story yesterday. My mom and I were talking when I was taking her home from getting her medicine. We were talking about funny stories, and she reminded me of one. We got talking, and she said, "Oh, that's such a good story. You'll have to kind of tame it down a little bit." So I am going to tame it down a little bit, but it's still kind of a funny story. So, like I said, I'm not the toughest one in my family. Most of the people in my family feel like they're a little bit tougher than me. To me, I'm really sensitive, and I always pretend I'm kind of tough, and I pretend that things don't bother me, but things really bother me, and my feelings get hurt really, really easily. I feel like I feel things more than most people do, and I let things bother me more than most people do. So when I was a kid, I got a paper route, and it was actually a really hard paper route. And I look back on it now, and I'm kind of shocked at that I was able to do this as a kid, because I walked my whole route, and it was a really far paper route. I went a long way. And even in the winter and on the ice, and I remember putting clamps on my feet so that I wouldn't fall down on ice, and it was a really hard job. But it also had a lot of positives to it. So one of the positives was I love to be outside. I love it. I love to walk. So it was actually perfect. I was making money, which was great because I needed money for my books. And I also really liked some of the people that I met along the way. And it was kind of great. And one of the places I delivered to was about 3 houses down from my parents' house. There is a bar, and it's not the kind of bar that's like a bad bar. It's just a really nice bar, and it was owned by this older lady at the time, and her name was Blanche, and she was wonderful. Just loved her. And I would deliver the newspaper there every day, and usually it was filled with people that I knew because I'm from a very small town. So I usually knew the people that were there, and my dog would go there almost every day. They put in a special little door for my dog. So my dog would go down every day. He would walk down there, and he would sit at the bar with the other people, and then people would feed him Slim Jims. So my dog loved to go down to the bar and eat Slim Jims. Well, so anyway, on my way home, they were kind of one of my next to last stops. So as always, I would stop in and put the newspaper on the bar and say hi to Blanche, and then I would go home. I had 2 more houses, and then I was home. But this one day when I went in, there was a guy there, and I had never seen him before. And it turned out that he was visiting, I guess, from out of town. And he didn't know really anybody, but he was talking a lot. And I went in, as I always did, and put the newspaper on the bar. And he kind of struck up a conversation with me and was like, "Hi, my name's so-and-so, or, you're the newspaper girl." And I said, "Yep, I am. I'm the newspaper girl." And he said, "Well, you're really cute." And I was like, "Okay, thanks." And he goes, "It's too bad about your teeth, though. If your teeth weren't so crooked, you'd be a lot cuter." And I was like, ouch, what? And I was in I want to say I was in 6th or 7th grade. So I was at that age where I didn't feel cute ever. And then now this guy is telling me that I'm not really cute because my teeth are weird. And I was really hurt. And I was trying super hard not to cry because I'm very sensitive. And I felt so embarrassed. And he said, "Yeah, you have an overbite. You really should get some braces." Well, friends, I'm sorry, but when I was growing up, nobody really got braces unless you were a rich kid. It just didn't happen back then. People just didn't get braces. Your teeth were crooked, they stayed crooked. I fixed mine when I got grown up because they were still crooked, but they were still cute. I was cute. I just had a little bit of a crooked teeth. So anyway, this guy who doesn't even know me says that I would be pretty if I could get my teeth fixed. Well, I ended up crying all the way home. I didn't start crying there because I did have some pride, so I didn't start crying there, but I ended up doing my last 2 houses on the route, bawling. And by the time I got home, I had worked myself up into I was so upset. And as luck would have it, it was a Wednesday, Dad's day off. So I came through the door, And my dad saw me bawling, and he's like, what's going on? Why are you crying? And I said, well, this guy at the bar said I'm not pretty and that I need braces. And my dad was like, So my dad like storms out of the house, and my mom goes, uh-oh. And I'm like, what just happened? And my mom goes, I think he's going down to the bar. So my dad goes storming down the street, throws open the door of the bar, like smacks it into the wall, and it goes bang. And he walks in and he yells, who's the dentist in here? And everybody kind of freezes because my dad has a temper kind of like me. And they're all like, whoa, what's happening? And my dad goes, I asked who's the dentist in here? And so the guy at the bar, the new guy, he kind of turns around and he goes, what? And my dad goes, are you the guy that made my daughter just cry and told her that she needed her teeth fixed and that she wasn't pretty? And he goes, I didn't mean it like that. And my dad goes, get over here. And he pulled the guy down to the end of the bar and picked up the phone and made the guy call me and apologize. So I got on the phone like crying. My mom goes, it's for you. And it's this guy going, hi, Sean, this is so-and-so. I just saw you at the bar. I was totally wrong about your teeth. You have perfect teeth. You're a pretty girl. What I said was really stupid. I should never have said it. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. And I was like, okay, thanks. And hung up. And like my dad came home after that. But anyway, it's kind of an awesome story because, man, it feels good when somebody helps you out and sticks up for you, doesn't it? Especially when you're something like when you're little and you can't stick up for yourself. Like, what was I? I mean, I wish I'd been tough enough to be like, shut up to that guy, but I didn't. And I mean, I was raised to never talk back to grown-ups, like ever. So I would never have stuck up for myself. No way, Jose. So I was really glad that my dad did it for me. And it was a good lesson to that guy too, that you don't just say things to people that'll hurt their feelings. Like, think about how you would feel first. So if you're stuck for writing today, you could maybe write about a time that somebody hurt your feelings, or you could even write about a time that you accidentally hurt someone else's feelings and how you learned your lesson or something. Those are some good ideas. So hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and enjoy your day, man. Enjoy being able to breathe in and out. My poor mom, it hurts her just to breathe. So I'm feeling pretty sad about it. But enjoy your Wednesday, friends, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.